Hi, this is TapCat. Welcome back to Let's Play Civilization V Brave New World as Babylon. We are trying to get across the finish line on a science victory. And I realized as I looked at the game state before I started recording that I've kind of gotten some priorities, mixed up. I was about to run this cargo ship out for money, but I don't want to do that. I'm also building a spaceship factory, and I realize I don't need that because this is the last spaceship I'm going to hard build. The last spaceship part, excuse me. So I'm going to move this cargo ship to Akkad, which is ironic because it was in Akkad last turn and I moved it to Babylon. But we're going to send it here for production next turn. Over here, I think it makes the most sense to just build a military unit. At this point, I think one of the few ways I can still lose the game is if somebody just flat out attacks me. Now, over here, I am going to say that... oh man, what do I need? I guess I'll just do the same thing. I'll just build an XCOM squad. I may never even finish this stupid thing. And in fact, yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. Let's just do the stasis chamber. And then can I purchase an engineer here, or do I need to do that? Yeah, no, I can do it here. So next turn we'll rush it. Let's see, it's 1,500 hammers. Oh, and I don't know how much the engineer will give me. Oh, I got my 40 with IF. That's cool. So next turn. Great scientist. Okay, so before I worry about the great scientist, let's go ahead and see. Okay, 960. So I will still have 6 turns before this is finished. That's fine. This one's going to take 8 anyway. Well, it was going to take 8. Let's see if this knocks a couple of turns off. I guess I don't get to find out until we get to next turn. I'm going to go ahead and pop this guy. That gives me telecommunications. So... wow, we're just 13 turns away from being able to build our final spaceship part. Very cool. Well, we would be, but it's actually going to be less than that because I have another great scientist coming. So realistically, what we're looking at is however long it takes me to build these two, that's within a couple of turns after that, should be the end of the game. Whew. I think we're almost there. And I've even gotten out of the rock bottom toilet on the score. I think in part thanks to the wonders that I've built. Great artist, very cool. I will go ahead and... extra production. Well, yeah, you know what? Golden Age. Seems like I didn't get anything out of that stupid cargo ship. Oh well. United Nations is now in session. I'm going to pretty much put all my votes on this. That should get shot down. So, actually, I'll just put a couple votes against it. And then the other thing, since I've already gotten the last great scientist I'm ever going to produce here, and I'm not really going to need as much science output as I have, we're going to just speed production here as much as possible. I'll do the same thing in Babylon, but only once the great scientist pops here. I believe I'm just a turn or two away. So we got rid of the ban on silver. We picked up 4 happiness that way. Yeah, and freedom did not pass. I didn't think it would. So over here, we can just take the most profitable route, it looks like. And, yeah, I'll go there. It's so funny. Boudica just now entered the atomic era. So she's on one of these tacks. It's so cute. Sure. 4 aluminum, just in case I get stuck on spaceship parts. The gold doesn't matter a lot to me at this point. Can I sell that much? Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, sure, what the heck. Okay, so we finished that as well. Wasn't there? Yeah, there's a tile way up here. So there isn't anything else I can do to speed this up. I just have to wait. I remember what I wanted to do. I want to upgrade this Gatling gun. Alright, all of our city-state elections got rigged. And I had pretty well forgotten this Gatling gun existed. But I've reminded myself now. So we did another XCOM squad. Is there anything else I need? I mean, I could do something like a bomb shelter, but I guess I'll just do military base. I think that's probably the most likely scenario that's going to help me. And I will do that and that and put them here. And this was just a gold route I did. I'll go ahead and just repeat that. And I'm not too worried about any of this other stuff. So we are the ally of IFE at this point. And yeah, let's go. Bismarck has been in a lot of wars. I don't know how many exactly, but he's definitely been active. There was a time I was really worried he was going to declare war on us because of the way he encroached so heavily, you know, all around us. Yeah, he's not plotting against me. But, you know, fortunately, we've been able to maintain a good relationship with him throughout the game. And Harold as well. And they're both aggressive civilizations. So, you know, that's really huge. And I'm very grateful for it. All right, the stasis chamber is ready. We're going to move it over here and do that. So that's my 4th part. We'll go ahead and upgrade this. Just out of curiosity, what has this done for my rating in soldiers? I'm still number 6, but we've come up quite a bit. I think I was at about 140, 150,000. Now, of course, other people are, you know, climbing as well, but nonetheless, I do think it certainly helps, you know, make the natives less restless. Over here, there's no point starting the Manhattan project. We won't see it finished. I actually think I'll just do a military base. Again, getting attacked is one of the few things that could kind of screw us at this point. Not that I expect it. I don't. I'm pretty sure it won't happen. Okay, next turn. I don't really need a research agreement anymore. And now Maria has declared war on Boudica. It's actually been really wild and woolly, and yet we have not been at war at all. Other than barbarians, I've managed to keep this a completely pacifist playthrough. And I'll be honest, that's really what I hoped for. I had no desire to get sucked into wars. It just means you spend a lot of time building up units. I was tempted at one time to try and take Kiev. And the problem is there's just so much stuff you have to do early that I couldn't see how I could do it and still get all that crap done. So I just kind of stuck to my knitting, and we founded these other cities. You know, I wasn't excited about these locations, but this has actually been a really good science city for us. You know, we're doing over 200 a turn here. We're doing 150 here, but this has been a really good production city for me. And I wouldn't say it's a great city, but, you know, it's been solid. So overall, I can't really beef. We kind of took lemons, and I feel like we did manage to get some lemonade out of them. And, you know, I'm actually pretty proud of that. Okay, I am just going to go ahead and pop that. So now we're just 4 turns away from particle physics. And here, I might as well just go ahead and create a great work. I don't really have a burning need for that. And just out of curiosity, how are we doing on here? So we're down to just dissident level now, -8. So I definitely think that getting open borders with Maria, that really helped. Okay, the cockpit is done. So I need to occupy my capital for just 3 turns. I guess I'll do a stock exchange. I could do a museum. I could do a bomb shelter. I guess I'll do a bomb shelter. It would sure be ugly if I got nuked, to put it mildly. And then up here, sure, I'll do an arsenal. Yep, okay. I was, by the way, going to switch to production over here, production specialist off of science, but I'm not going to. We need most of the 1,000 per turn we're getting in order to finish this in 3 turns, and so I didn't actually need the production after I got the great scientist. Okay. Yeah, I'll go for a farm here. COD is now up to 23 citizens. Man, I never thought... Seriously, I don't think I ever really imagined it would get that high. Let's see. What can I do really quickly? Maybe an anti-tank gun? Why not? Wow, you're kidding me. So Germany managed to take EIF back as their ally. I mean, it doesn't matter. I only need 2,500 faith for my last engineer, and we have 3,500. So if I wanted to, I could get like a great scientist or something as well, but it just serves no purpose whatsoever. Alas, my golden age is over. And I don't feel the need. I guess I'll go ahead and buy my great engineer right now. And we may possibly be able to win on my upcoming turn. Well, probably not. We'll probably be a little short. It'll probably be a few turns more of construction. All right, we've got the tech. That's weird. Okay. Let me choose it. Engine, yes. And rush it, yes. Yeah, so I'm 3 turns off. Let me see, because now we don't need science. Let me see if this helps at all. No, I'm still 3 turns away. So, oh well. One does what one can, but one can't really do much more than that. I'll go ahead and start on nuclear fusion. And yeah, I'm not really going to worry about any of that stuff. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. All right, what shall we make next in a COD? I need to be able to finish it up within a couple of turns. What the heck? You know what? We'll just start on Cristo Redentor because apparently no one else in this frigging game wants it. That's just bizarre. This is such a good wonder. And yeah, I have no idea why none of the AI built it. Wow, this is scary. A barbarian brute has come forward to menace my territory. In the information era, no less. That is fairly bizarre. Okay, I will upgrade that. I will vote for a world leader. And did I go right past myself? I sure did. So I will vote for me, of course. We can pick a new thing. I'll just go ahead and stay within rationalism. Alas, we won't get to finish it off. Oh, that means I actually can't buy a great scientist. I think it's really funny that Venice has just now completed the Apollo program. And I am 1 turn away from finishing the entire spaceship. There's kind of a wonderful symmetry there, I think. You know what? We'll go ahead and work on the Manhattan Project too, just because it makes me feel good. All right, no shocker. No one even came close to getting the 36 delegates for world leader. There was a 3-way tie at 12. And let's see, I have to make a proposal. I might as well go ahead and ban jewelry or repeal the ban of jewelry, because that would be something else I would pick up happiness from. And then in Babylon, we finished the engine, so of course I'm never going to get to finish whatever I start. So I might as well just start on another wonder. You know, we've got wonders going in 3 of our cities. So what the heck? Why not just build like the Pentagon here? So when we end the game, all 4 of our cities will be working on wonders. And yeah, I think it's time to end the game. All right, there you go.
You have achieved victory through mastery of science. You have
All right, well, that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the final tally on demographics. I was number 1 in literacy, no shock. Had really pulled ahead of the pack. The others weren't quite as, you know, spread out as they sometimes are. Even she was at 67, the average was 76. I'm a little surprised that we came in first in approval, but happy. Bismarck was actually the worst. Well, he went so wide, that's not a shock. My military was at least not a laughingstock. We were a little bit below average by the end, but, you know, still well strong enough to keep anyone from seeing us as an easy target. Compared to Venice, for example, we had, you know, 3 times as much. Land, GNP, we were mediocre at best, but our production was not bad by the end. Population, I actually was a lot higher on this earlier in the game. Actually, I guess we're right below average, so this ranking is a little misleading because, you know, we could have easily been around 4th or 5th with just a little bit of a different break, I suspect. Ranking, yeah, again, this is not the kind of playthrough that really gets you a crap ton of points. I literally am 2 points away from the Marcus Aurelius. But hey, Joan of Arc was she was a great leader too. As far as the replay goes, let's go ahead and take a look at this. If there's, by the way, if there was one thing that I could change about the playthrough, I really geeked the religion. The faith generation was wonderful, but the tenet I picked for science when you spread the religion worked horribly for me. I was partly a victim of the fact that the ones I wanted were gone. There were better options available, though. And for the most part, I think the only thing I really got out of the religion, at least that I can think of off the top of my head, were the things that I picked when I created the Pantheon. That was actually a really good one, where we got faith out of, it was like incense and wine or whatever, but we got several faith per turn at a key point in the game. I'm sorry I'm kind of talking over this. You can see for yourself how the ebb and flow worked. So yeah, the religion, that's easily the one thing I don't feel like I managed well at all. We certainly did spread less than the others and slower than the others. No big shock there. But, you know, at the end of the day, this wasn't about spawning as many cities as I could. It was about winning with science. And hopefully in this game, you got to see what makes Babylon good. And they are one of the civilizations that I would recommend if you're struggling to move up a notch in difficulty. That leg up they give you in science, getting the early great scientist you can use for an academy, and then getting more later so much faster than anybody else. It's just so powerful. So I highly recommend Babylon. I am actually grateful to everyone who voted for it. I secretly wanted Babylon to win, but I went out of my way to not influence the vote when I did the poll video. I wanted to be as impartial as I possibly could, because I genuinely would have been happy playing the Incans or Portugal or whoever. But I just wanted to play Babylon a little bit more. So that's out of my system now, and yeah, we'll see who we play, you know, in the future. But that is all for now. Thank you for watching. I hope we see you next time.